Hey there, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. Tonight we're cooking lamb and vegetable biryani. Here's what we need. And it's going to serve 4. So come on in and I'll show you what I've been preparing. Alright, so we are doing this on the stove top, so you need a big saucepan or frying pan that you can put a lid on. We've got 350 grams of chopped lamb fillet, it's cubed, 1 onion finely chopped, it's a really big onion so I've popped it into 2 bowls, 2 garlic cloves crushed, they're not crushed yet but crushes are ready, 4 centimetre piece of fresh ginger grated, there it is, a tablespoon of curry powder, 300 grams of kumara, which is also referred to as sweet potato, all cut up, cup of basmati rice, 2 cups of chicken or vegetable stock. I've been really liking this style of stock because it seemingly gives you more flavour than the stock powder, and you know it's already dissolved. And the fantastic thing is you want half a litre, aka 2 cups, there it is. 1 cup of frozen peas, 1/4 cup of currants. Now currants, I'm using raisins, I'm pretty sure that's the same name. 100 grams of baby spinach leaves. There's more than 100 grams in there, so I will weigh those out while everything's cooking. We're going to serve with papadums, some yogurt, which you'd use the Greek style yogurt, and some chutney, and you can't go wrong with mango chutney, that one's awesome. Alrighty, so now that you know what's going into it, grab that big saucepan, a stirring stick, and let's go. Okay, so I actually haven't used this big saucepan for a really long time, and you may not know this, but my kitchen does not have an extractor fan. One day it might. So everything gets pretty oily up on that top shelf, so I've got to wipe that down before I use it. Alright, so I've gone with my big stock pot, which I'm going to use on the back one there. So first step, I always love to spray it. And if you haven't already used this tip before, you will thank me later when it comes to washing up time. Alrighty. Let's get it going. Okay, heat 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil in a large lidded frying pan. Oops, that's olive oil. We'll use vegetable oil. Of course, it's the one at the back of the cupboard. I bet I didn't write that on the ingredients list. No, I didn't. Okay, 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. Normally when I write my recipe sheet, I read the recipe as well, because things like water, oil, salt and pepper, they don't always write down. So then if you was going off my ingredients list, you might miss out on a vital part. Vegetable oil and olive oil, obviously oil, you think oil or oil, but when it comes to cooking, you're probably going to get a different taste. Alright, we're going to get that really hot. And then once everything starts to go in, I'll move you in closer. Alright. Dry hands. Okay, so first up, once that's all hot, we are going to add that lamb. Now I haven't weighed it, mainly because I just ask my butcher for how much I need, and he's pretty good. He always gets me as close as you can to what I need. Alright, now I'm going to make sure that you can see inside this pot, because I don't know if you're going to be able to see inside it. Alright. Yeah. Well, it's got to all be lamb because I didn't order anything else other than fish, so that doesn't look like fish to me. Last time I checked, fish does not look like lamb. Okay, gross. Right. So we've got that hot plate on. Just going to try and get that to start heating up. Okay, so now you can hear our lamb is sizzling away there. You can probably see a bit better. I never thought I could have used the different saucepan. Never mind. You're not going to see much with all the smoke and mirrors anyway, as they say. Alright, so once this is browned, we are going to lift it out. Alright, there's something different. You can see everything that's going on here now. Alright, so we're just getting this brown and then we're going to lift it out. Okay, so now that it's looking like this, I'm going to lift it off the heat, sort of, kind of, and just grab a slotted spoon and just transfer it to a plate because we don't want to overcook it. Definitely think this is more than 350 grams here, and I'm not going to weigh it. Oh well, it's way too much. It's supposed to serve 4. Should have weighed it. Well, this was probably going to serve more than 4. Alright, once that's out, next step, pop in another tablespoon of vegetable oil with the spoon that I've just dropped on the floor again. Bloody hell. Alright, I dropped the bottom part on the floor. Promise. Alright, in she goes. Alright, whack that back on the hot plate. Okay, next step, we're going to add the onion, which I've got a lot of onion as well. I'm going to cook this for about 3 minutes. Alright, if it starts to get really hot, you can turn it down. We shouldn't need any more oil, but I'm going to leave it out just in case. Okay, that is sizzling along perfectly. So our next step is going to be to add the garlic. So start and get that ready to go in. This is 2 cloves. I've cut them up small so that I can pop them all in at the same time. Alright, now that it's getting really hot, I'm going to back it right off to about 2, which is not half, about medium. Yeah. You do need a knife to just slice it through. Perfect. Alright, I'll clean that out after. Alright, give it another good stir through. Should be getting really fragrant. Alright, once that's gone in, grab your grated ginger. Give everything a real good stir in between additions. The way you just really get it mixed in super well. Add your 1 tablespoon of curry powder. This is where you'll really start to notice all the smells coming through. If it's dried up, which once again I don't know why it is, it's in the pantry door. The pantry is the darkest place in on the planet, I think. Maybe not accurately, but alright, perfect. So now we've got curry, onion, garlic, and ginger in there. 4 things. Because our lamb's just chilling on the side here. Alright. Mix it in. You can lift it off the hot plate if you feel like you need to while you're mixing things in. Look at that. This has got all the good things in it for winter coming on. Your garlic and your chili are good for... your garlic and your ginger are good for colds. Okay, we're going to add in the sweet potato now. Give that another good mix in. If it's starting to get stuck on the bottom, don't stress. We will be deglazing the pan, and whatever sticks there obviously will come out easily because we sprayed it. Alright, once that's been in for a few minutes, after 3 minutes we're going to stir in the rice, and then we're going to add the stock. So the good thing about this dish is everything just starts to come together so quickly, and you cook it all in one pot. So how good is that? Alright, I'm going to put the vegetable oil away, because basically the next liquid thing that goes in there is liquid. So we don't want to have any more oil in there. Otherwise we'll end up with too much oil. We don't want it too oily if we can help it. Alright, now's the time to just be putting things away that you're no longer using. I always like to get everything out. Try and get it measured out if I can, because especially with dishes like this, your 1-pot dishes, so much quicker to cook when you can just put it all in like this. Alright. Next we add a bit of rice. So that's 1 cup of basmati rice. Stir it in again. Just basically want to get the rice coated with all the curry powder and the ginger and the garlic. A bit of onion and a bit of sweet potato in there. Alright. Get your stock ready. You're either using one of these or you've mixed up your own. Whatever you've done is good. I still do have the stock powder, but as I say, I just can't fault this product at the moment. And it doesn't have to even be the brand I've got here. It was just that I had to get this on a Sunday. Technically, I could have brought it last night, but who was to know? So yeah, I really can't fault how good this product can be because it's so convenient. The 1 litre ones are great for if you're doing a soup as well. Look at that. That was easy. I didn't even need to crumble a cube up or mix up some powder that's gone hard in the can, which is what I normally end up having to do. Mix that in. So, as I originally said, you can go with chicken or vegetable. I don't know why they would say chicken because it's lamb, but I was going to get vegetable, but I just picked up chicken, so that was a me thing. We're going to bring it to the boil, and then we're going to reduce the heat to the medium and cover and simmer for 10 minutes. So while it's simmering, that is when I'm going to be doing my spinach leaves. Now, in case you're wondering, when are we putting the lamb in? We're putting the lamb back in soon. We want to just try and get everything else cooking first. So bring it up to the boil. This is why it's good to have this size here, because we can keep chucking stuff in. Alright, if you want it to come to the boil quicker, you can turn it up. But then the problem is that you don't want to boil out the liquid. So bring it up to the boil gradually. As soon as it comes up to the boil, you want that lid to go on top. You can actually put the lid on now. I don't think it would really hurt. I don't know. This one doesn't have a breather hole. It doesn't have a breather hole at the top. Some lids do. This has got the breather hole here. So we want a tight fitting lid anyway, so we're going to leave it at that. Alright, so when that comes to the boil, timer on for 10 minutes and I'll be back. Okay, so once the buzzer's buzzed, then remove your lid. We're going to add the lamb back in. All 350 grams plus of it. Stir it back up. Might want to put your heat on a bit more now. We're also going to add those peas. Which, unless it's a really hot day, they would have defrosted a lot by now. And the currants. Okay, give that another good stir. We want to put the lid back on and give it another 5 minutes. And I have turned it up. Turn it up to 3, but we don't want to boil all the liquid out of it as well. Alright, another 5 minutes, we'll be back. The lamb still needs a lot longer, so I'm going to put the lid back on with the spinach and give it another 5 minutes. So the trick is to have the lamb a lot more cooked than we did. I'm going to turn it up a bit more for the next 5 minutes, only because we are going to add some extra water with us having that spinach in there. Okay, so take it off the hot plate, leave the lid on it, 5 minutes, and then we should be ready to serve. If we've got some bits of lamb that aren't cooked, then all we do is we just chuck it in the microwave real quick. So we'll be back in 5. Okay, so we're ready to dish up. It looks yum. And I'm just going to put a papadum in the microwave. So I had to brush each side with vegetable oil and cover with paper towel both sides, 25 seconds. So while that's in there, I'll dish up. So there we have it. Lamb and vegetable biryani. One papadum. Make it look like a big corn chip. You want some mango chutney because it's yum. If you can, open it without breaking your wrist. Pop some of that on top. A couple of dollops, and then we want some yogurt. All right. Thank you for watching this episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. I hope you enjoy your dinner, and I'm going to catch you next time.